Imagine this. It's a stormy evening in a small, forgotten town. Rain pounds against the diner's foggy windows like angry fists. The air inside smells of greasy fries and burnt coffee, mixed with that damp, earthy scent from the storm outside. Sophia wipes down the sticky counter for the 100th time, her apron stained and her feet aching from hours on the cold tile floor. She's 25, but life has made her feel older. Bags under her eyes, a faint scar on her cheek from a childhood accident she barely remembers. Her mom passed away young, and her dad vanished when she was just a kid. All she has left is a faded photo of him, tucked in her pocket like a lucky charm. The bell above the door jingles, cutting through the hum of the old jukebox playing some forgotten blues tune. In walks a man who doesn't belong here. Tall, sharp suit, silver hair slicked back. Robert Harrington, the billionaire everyone whispers about. He's in town for some big deal, but right now he looks tired, like the weight of his empire is dragging him down. He slides into a booth, rain dripping from his expensive coat. Sophia approaches with her notepad, forcing a smile. "What can I get you, sir?" "Coffee to warm you up." Robert nods, his voice deep and polished. "Black coffee, please, and whatever pie you have left." As she pours the steaming brew, its bitter aroma filling the space between them, he pulls out his wallet to pay in advance. Old habit from his rougher days. But as he flips it open, a photo slips out, landing face up on the table. Sophia glances down and her world stops. Her hands tremble, the coffee pot nearly slipping. That face in the photo, strong jaw, kind eyes. It's him. Her father, Michael. She freezes, heart pounding like thunder. Tears well up, hot and sudden. "Sir, that's my father's photo in your wallet." Her voice cracks, echoing in the empty diner. Robert looks up, confused at first, then his face drains of color. He stares at her, really stares, like he's seeing a ghost. The coffee cup shakes in his hand. What secret is he hiding? Why does he have that picture? The rain outside seems to pause, building the tension. You know that feeling when everything changes in a split second? What would you do if a stranger held a piece of your lost past? Robert's wallet hits the table with a soft thud, the photo staring back like an accusation. Sophia's knees buckle. She grabs the booth's edge to steady herself. The diner's fluorescent lights buzz overhead, casting harsh shadows on her tear-streaked face. The smell of rain-soaked earth mixes with the pie's sweet cinnamon, but it all turns sour in her stomach. How do you have that?" she whispers, her voice barely above the storm's rumble. Emotions crash over her. Anger, confusion, a flicker of hope she's buried for years. Robert's eyes widen, his billionaire poise cracking like thin ice. He picks up the photo with trembling fingers, studying it, then her. This can't be," he mutters, his polished accent slipping into something raw. He nearly faints, leaning back against the vinyl seat, face pale as the moon outside. A silent moment stretches, the only sound the distant thunder and Sophia's ragged breaths. She's crying now, hot tears splashing onto the table. "That's Michael, my dad. He disappeared when I was 8. Left us with nothing. Mom said he was gone for good, but I never believed it." Robert swallows hard, his mind racing. Flashes of memory hit him. A shared childhood, a bitter fallout, secrets buried deep. "Young lady, what's your name?" he asks, voice steadying but eyes betraying turmoil. "Sophia," she replies, wiping her face with her sleeve. "Sophia Ellis." The name hits him like a punch. Ellis, Michael's last name. His brother. The brother he thought was dead. The air thickens with unspoken questions. Why does this waitress look so much like the family he lost? She slides into the booth opposite him, uninvited, her hands clasped tight. "Tell me the truth. Are you family? A friend? Or something worse?" Robert hesitates, the weight of decades pressing down. The diner feels smaller, the storm outside mirroring the one inside. Pause here. Imagine the suspense, the heartbeat in your ears. What if revealing the truth shatters everything? Have you ever uncovered a family secret that changed your life forever? And just as he's about to speak, the door jingles again, a shadowy figure stepping in from the rain. Who could it be at this hour? The newcomer shakes off the rain, but Sophia barely notices. Her eyes are locked on Robert. The air hangs heavy with the scent of wet wool and cooling coffee. Robert composes himself, tucking the photo away, but his hands shake. Sophia, this photo, it's of my brother, Michael. We grew up together, thick as thieves, until he trails off, gaze distant, like he's reliving a nightmare. Emotions swirl, regret in his furrowed brow, sorrow in his lowered voice. The thunder cracks outside, jolting them both. Your brother, Sophia gasps, leaning forward. Vivid images flood her mind, faded memories of her dad's laugh, his calloused hands teaching her to ride a bike on sun-dappled streets. He never mentioned a brother. Mom said he was an only child, running from debts. Robert winces, the truth bubbling up. We fought, badly, over money, the family business. I built my empire after he left, but I always carried his photo, a reminder of what I lost. His words hang, conversational, like sharing a beer with an old friend, but laced with pain. Sophia touches her pocket, pulling out her own worn photo of Michael. They match perfectly. See? Same smile. Tears mix with a shaky laugh. Why now? Why here in this rundown diner? Robert sighs, the weight lifting slightly. Fate, maybe, or coincidence. I've searched for him for years. A pause builds, silent and thick, as she processes. Sensory details hit. The cool leather of the booth, the faint metallic taste of fear on her tongue. But then, the newcomer approaches. Evelyn, Sophia's coworker, eyes wide. Soph, everything okay? This guy bothering you? Robert straightens, masking his shock. Sophia waves her off, but Evelyn lingers, suspicious. No, it's family stuff. The word family echoes, unfamiliar yet warm. Robert glances at his watch, mind whirling. Is Michael alive? What happened after he vanished? Questions pull at you. Would you forgive a long-lost relative? The storm eases, but tension rises. And as Evelyn leaves, Robert whispers, there's more. Something dangerous. Michael didn't just disappear. He was hiding from me. Lightning flashes, illuminating the diner's worn booths and Sophia's stunned face. The air crackles with electricity, both from the storm and the bombshell Robert just dropped. Hiding? From you? She echoes, voice rising. Emotions boil. Betrayal stings like salt in a wound. Curiosity burns bright. Robert leans in, his expensive cologne, a mix of sandalwood and success, clashing with the diner's greasy haze. Michael took something from me. Not money, a secret. One that could ruin everything I've built. Sophia crosses her arms, heart racing. What secret? Tell me. Her mind paints pictures. Her dad is a young man, handsome and troubled, packing a bag in the dead of night while she slept. The rain softens to a patter, creating a rhythmic backdrop to his confession. Robert speaks low, like a friend sharing a ghost story by a campfire. We discovered a fraud in our company. Michael wanted to expose it. I covered it up to save us. He ran, taking evidence. I thought he died in an accident years ago, until rumors surfaced. Imagine this. It's a stormy evening in the heart of New York City. Rain pounds against the foggy windows of a small, dimly lit diner called Joe's Corner. The air smells like fresh coffee mixed with greasy fries and a hint of old cigarette smoke from the back alley. Sophia, a young waitress with tired eyes and a faded apron, wipes down the sticky counter for the 100th time that night. Her hands ache from carrying trays all day, and her feet throb in her worn-out sneakers. She's 25, but life has made her feel older. Single mom to a little girl, scraping by on tips that barely cover rent. The door chimes, letting in a gust of cold wind. In walks a man who doesn't belong here. Tall, sharp-suited, with silver hair and an expensive watch that glints under the fluorescent lights. That's Michael Harrington, the billionaire tech mogul everyone reads about in magazines. But tonight, he's just a stranger seeking shelter from the downpour. He shakes off his coat, water dripping onto the linoleum floor, and slides into a booth by the window. Sophia approaches with her notepad, forcing a smile. "What can I get you, sir?" "Coffee to warm you up." Michael nods, his voice deep and polished. "Black coffee, please, and maybe a slice of pie if it's fresh." As she pours the steaming brew, the rich aroma fills the space between them. He pulls out his wallet to pay up front, old habit from his rougher days. But as he opens it, a faded photo slips out and flutters to the table. Sophia's eyes catch it mid-fall. Her heart skips. She freezes, coffee pot hovering. The photo shows a younger man, laughing, with kind eyes and a familiar scar on his cheek. Sophia's breath catches. "Sir, that photo in your wallet, that's my father's picture." Her voice cracks, barely a whisper. Tears well up instantly, hot and unexpected. Michael's face drains of color. He stares at her, then at the photo, his hand trembling. The diner noise fades. Clinking dishes, distant thunder, leaving only silence between them. What would you do if a ghost from your past stared back at you from a stranger's hand? Sophia's mind races. Is this some cruel joke? Michael leans back, nearly fainting against the booth. His world spins. How could this waitress know his old friend Robert? The man who'd saved his life years ago, then vanished without a trace. And just like that, the storm outside feels tame compared to the one brewing in this tiny diner. But why does Michael carry Robert's photo? And what secret ties them all together? Hold on. It's only getting deeper. The silence stretches, thick like the steam rising from Michael's untouched coffee. Sophia sets the pot down with a clatter, her knees weak. She slides into the booth across from him, uninvited, her apron brushing the table. The diner's fluorescent buzz feels louder now, like a heartbeat in the quiet. Michael's face is ashen, his billionaire poise cracking. He picks up the photo gingerly, as if it might burn him. How do you know this man?" he asks, his voice a hoarse whisper. Sophia wipes her eyes with her sleeve, the rough fabric scratching her skin. "That's Robert, my dad. He left when I was 10. Said he had to go away for work. Promised he'd come back rich. But he never did. Mom raised me alone until she passed last year." Her words tumble out, laced with old pain. The scent of her dad's cologne still lingers in her memories, mixed with the earthy smell of rain on the day he left. She leans forward. "Why do you have his picture? Were you friends? Did something happen to him?" Michael's eyes dart to the window, where rain streaks blur the city lights. He takes a deep breath, the pie forgotten, its cinnamon scent mocking the tension. "Robert, he was more than a friend. He saved my life." Flashback in his mind. 20 years ago, a dingy construction site, beams crashing down in a freak accident. Robert pushing him out of the way, taking the hit himself. Michael's empire built on that second chance. But Robert disappeared after, nursing injuries in silence. "I owe him everything," Michael murmurs. "I've been searching for him ever since. Hired detectives, spent millions. Nothing." Sophia's heart pounds. Sensory overload, the warm mug in her hands, the cool tear on her cheek. Searching? But why the photo? And why now, in this diner? She glances around. The cook eyes them curiously from the kitchen, the sizzle of burgers adding to the unease. Michael hesitates, then pulls out another item from his wallet. A crumpled letter, yellowed with age. "This came last week. Anonymous. Said Robert's daughter works here. I thought it was a scam. But here you are. Who sent that letter?" Sophia wonders, her mind swirling. Is her dad alive? Watching from afar? The thought sends chills down her spine, like the draft from the door. Michael meets her gaze, vulnerability in his eyes. "Sophia, wait, is that your name? From your tag. Help me find him. Please." But as she nods, a shadow falls over the table. The door chimes again. In walks a woman with sharp features and a knowing smile. Evelyn, Michael's ex-wife, dripping wet. Michael, darling. Fancy meeting you here. Her voice drips with sarcasm. What does she know? And why does her presence make Sophia's stomach twist? The plot thickens, doesn't it? Imagine uncovering family secrets in a place that smells like yesterday's regrets. But hold your breath. Evelyn's about to drop a bomb. Evelyn shakes off her umbrella, water pooling at her feet like unspoken accusations. The diner's warmth clashes with the chill she brings, her perfume, sharp jasmine, cutting through the greasy air. She slides into the booth next to Michael, uninvited, her red lips curling into a smirk. Sophia tenses, gripping the table edge, the wood sticky under her fingers. Who are you? Sophia asks, voice steady despite the storm inside. Evelyn Harrington, she replies coolly, eyeing the photo still on the table. Michael's jaw tightens. What are you doing here, Evelyn? This isn't your scene. She laughs softly, a sound like breaking glass. Oh, but it is now. I followed you. Knew you'd chase that ghost eventually. Her eyes flick to Sophia. And you must be the long-lost daughter. Robert's little secret. Sophia's breath hitches. How does she know? The diner feels smaller. The rains patter a relentless drum. Michael pushes the photo toward Evelyn. You sent the letter, didn't you? Why? Evelyn leans back, crossing her legs. Because it's time the truth came out. Robert didn't just save you, Michael. He was your partner in everything. Flashback whispers. Late nights in a garage, two young men building the first prototype of what became Michael's billion-dollar app. Robert's ideas, Michael's ambition. But then the accident, and Robert's demand for half the fortune. Michael refused, paid him off quietly. Robert vanished, heartbroken. He deserved more, Evelyn says, her voice laced with venom. You built your empire on his back. And me? I helped cover it up, for a price. Divorce papers flash in Michael's mind. Her alimony demands endless. Sophia's eyes widen. My dad. He invented something with you? And you cheated him? Tears flow again, hot on her cheeks. The scent of cooling coffee turns bitter. Michael slumps, nearly fainting again, his head in his hands. I thought I was protecting him. He was hurt, unstable. But yes, I owe him. Evelyn smiles triumphantly. And now his daughter shows up. Perfect timing. What do you want, girl? Money? Justice? Sophia shakes her head, mind reeling. Sensory details assault her. The hum of the fridge, the taste of salt from her tears. I just want my dad back. Where is he? Evelyn pulls out her phone, scrolling. Last I heard, he's in a nursing home upstate. Broke, forgotten. But if you play nice, Michael, maybe we can all visit. Her threat hangs in the air. Sophia's heart races. Is this real or a trap? Have you ever felt betrayed by someone you trusted? Sophia wonders that now, staring at these strangers who hold her family's fate. But as the door chimes once more, a new figure enters. Tall, scarred, familiar. Could it be? Wait, don't blink. The reunion is here, but it's not what anyone expects. The door swings open with a creak, letting in another blast of rain-soaked wind. The figure steps in, hood up, water dripping from his coat like forgotten tears. The diner falls into a hush. The cook pauses mid-flip, spatula hovering. Sophia's eyes lock on him first. That scar on his cheek, visible as he lowers the hood. Dad? She whispers, voice breaking. Robert, older, weathered, with gray streaks in his hair, freezes, his eyes meeting hers. The air thickens with the smell of wet wool and unspoken years. Michael stands abruptly, chair scraping loudly. Robert? My God! He sways, grabbing the table to steady himself, nearly fainting for real this time. Evelyn's smirk fades, replaced by shock. You're here. Robert nods slowly, his voice gravelly from disuse. Evelyn called me, said it was time. He glances at her, a mix of gratitude and resentment in his eyes. Sophia rushes forward, throwing her arms around him. His coat is cold, but his hug warm, smelling faintly of that old cologne mixed with hospital antiseptic. Why did you leave? Why never come back? Tears soak his shoulder. Robert pulls back gently, his hands rough from years of labor. I had to, sophomore. After the accident with Michael, I was broken body and spirit. He offered money, but I wanted partnership. When he said no, I left. Didn't want to drag you down. Michael approaches, voice trembling. I searched for you, I swear. Why hide? Robert's eyes harden. Pride and shame. Built your billions on my ideas, Mike. But I watched from afar. Saw Sophia struggling here. He turns to her. I'm sorry, kiddo. I sent anonymous tips sometimes, but never enough. Evelyn interjects, her heels clicking as she stands. I found him months ago. Thought we'd confront you together, Michael. Force a settlement. Greed glints in her eyes. The tension builds. A silent moment where thunder rolls outside, mirroring the storm within. Sophia steps back. Settlement? This isn't about money. It's family. She looks at Robert. Come home, Dad. Meet your granddaughter. Robert smiles faintly, but his face pales. There's more. I didn't come just for this. He pulls out a faded document from his pocket. Old blueprints, smudged with time. Proof of what we built together. I could ruin you, Mike. Michael's world spins again. What now? Think about it. If you discovered your life's work was stolen, would you forgive or fight? Robert's hand shakes, the paper rustling softly. But as he speaks next, the real twist unfolds. Brace yourself, the secret isn't just business. It's blood. The blueprints hit the table with a soft thud, echoing in the diner's quiet. Ink faded, but the design's clear, the foundation of Michael's empire. The air hums with electricity, the rain now a gentle patter, as if the storm holds its breath. Sophia picks them up, her fingers tracing the lines her father drew decades ago. This is why you left. For this. Robert nods, sitting wearily. Yes, but there's something else. He looks at Michael, eyes soft now. You're not just my old partner, Mike. You're family. Michael's brow furrows. What do you mean? Evelyn laughs bitterly. Oh, he never told you? Robert's sister, your mother. She hid it from everyone. The revelation hangs heavy, the scent of pie now cloying. Michael staggers back, nearly collapsing into the booth. Brothers? Half-brothers. Flashbacks flood. Shared childhood memories, unexplained bonds. Robert confirms with a nod. Mom had me before she met your dad. Gave me up for adoption. I found out later, tracked you down. That's why I approached you for the business. Sophia's world tilts. So, Michael's my uncle? The word tastes strange, like the bitter coffee dregs. Sensory whirlwind. The warmth of the diner lights. The cool draft from the door. Robert reaches for her hand. Yes, that's why I watched over you both. Sent Evelyn the letter to bring us here. Evelyn crosses her arms. And now, family reunion means fair shares. Or I go public. Michael, recovering, straightens. No more hiding. Robert, Sophia, let's make it right. Shares in the company. A home for you both. Tears flow freely now, Sophia hugging her dad again. Then tentatively Michael. The diner feels alive. The cook smiling from afar. The sizzle of food a comforting backdrop. But pause here. Forgiveness isn't instant. Robert whispers. I forgive you, brother. Michael nods, emotional. And I you. They sit, talking through the night. Pie shared, coffee refilled. Sophia's little girl, Emma, arrives later, picked up by a friend, wide-eyed at her new grandpa and uncle. As dawn breaks, the rain stops, sunlight filtering through. Secrets aired, bonds mended. But what if one lie remains? Have you ever uncovered a family secret that changed everything? Share in the comments. Did it break you or make you stronger?